We always want our dreams to come true and never our nightmares. But for me, my nightmare came true on like my last week of college. I was always worried about my wig falling off, whether I was just walking to the bus, whether it was the wind, whether I was in a crowd, whether I was dancing in PE lessons, absolutely anything. I was always constantly worried and concerned that my wig would fall off. But eventually I started to get more confident with the wigs, and that fear of them falling off went slightly, but it was always still there. And I got to the point where I was actually comfortable enough to dance in my wigs. Especially through college, I never took them off. I just put it in a ponytail. And I'd just like to clarify as well, no one in the class knew I was wearing a wig. Or if they did know I was wearing a wig, they didn't let on that I was wearing a wig. So none of this was intentional. Big accident. And I'll tell you why at the end, why I'm grateful that this actually did happen. It's been a while. So this is the wig that was Faith Hiles. This was my year 11 wig in high school, and I've got the same one throughout college. It looks so ginger. Oh my gosh. When I got it, it was actually like a really dark brunette. It just doesn't look like me anymore. It looks so ginger in this light. I actually can't get over it. Someone else's hair on my head. And it was just, what is it, like a mesh? In my terms, this was a plonk-on wig because I just, like you saw, like, just plonk it on. It's quite good. Like, it doesn't really come off. And I have danced in it before without it falling off. Like I said, I was in college and it was our last day of rehearsing before the big assessment, exam or whatever, because we always took them seriously. And my hair, I had it literally like this, and the girl I was rehearsing with actually stepped on my ponytail as the wig went flying. And just see it as like, in my mind I saw it as, do you know that rat squirrel thing on Ice Age, and they go like when it pings off trying to get that acorn? That was my wig. It like flew off my head, and it you know, look, I can laugh now because I'm over it, and the wig was no longer on my head. My natural hair was out, which was like, it was like half bald, like half my own head. It was very ratty. Yeah, and it had been on my wig for a while, so it was all really sweaty and just not a vibe. And from standing back up, I realised there's like an extra weight not on my head, and my head felt really light, and all of a sudden my head was really cold, and I've realised that my wig was no longer on my head. It was all the way across the room on the floor, along with my hairnet as well. So obviously, me being me at still 17 years old, picked up my wig and went crying to the bathroom, got to the bathroom, realised I didn't have my hairnet, had to go back into the dance studio to pick up my ratty old hairnet and then run back to the toilets. So my nightmare came true. My wig came off in front of my whole class. You know people say, like, imagine everyone naked and you won't be scared. Yeah, no, it felt like I was the one that was naked, and I was very scared. My head was naked anyway. From being in the bathroom at this point, I was hysterical. Those that actually came and ran in, so my best friends that were in the class and the teacher, came running into the toilets, and they were also as flustered as I was. And I was hysterical. I literally couldn't stop crying, and I was mortified. I think I was more embarrassed that my wig had come off. Like, I wasn't bothered that everyone knew I had alopecia. It was more the fact that my wig had fallen off. And then this led to my realisation that what was I actually wearing my wig for? This event was such a bizarre event, because in the past, if I'd knelt on my wig or like stepped on it or caught it, it would never come off, and it was really sturdy as well. And the one I was wearing, this one is very sturdy. Like, I did everything in this wig. I never took it off. It was an unfortunate event that did happen, but it actually helped me realise what I wanted to do going forwards. I'm going to take this off now. It's so strange. Like, I can't imagine myself wearing wigs anymore, because on the daily I don't wear wigs. I just go out like this. So bizarre. Yeah, I'm going to put this down. Anyway, when I came out the bathroom, everyone was so supportive. The whole class gave me space, and there was just a lot of sympathetic smiles, which I think at that point I did need, because I was feeling very sorry for myself. But even the next day, it was like water under the bridge. No one really asked questions. They just kind of got on with it. And that's when I realised, why am I wearing wigs to cover up my alopecia when, you know, everyone's kind of grown up now. I can kind of hold my own now. When I came out of the bathroom, I went straight into the studio to get my bags to go home, and everyone was so supportive. I got loads of hugs, but also they gave me the space I needed to like get my bags and things and settle down, because I was still like, after that experience. I was like very up here and like still very tense and nervous. And it was very obvious that everyone had just witnessed what had just happened. Everyone was so lovely and supportive afterwards. I was speechless, to be fair. I didn't know what to say. At that point, I just wanted to get home, to be fair. But everyone was so lovely about it and concerned, but also gave me the space that I needed. And that's when I kind of realised that I don't need my wig. Like I said at the start, when I was wearing wigs, I always felt very tense and nervous that it would fall off. So I'd always get a lot of traps pain, like upper neck pain, and my shoulders would always be up and I'd be very tensed all the time. I used to get little headaches in the back of my neck here just from tensing, so that it wouldn't, thinking it would fall off, and me thinking that tensing would help it stay on when it wouldn't. But from this event, I'm actually grateful that that girl did step on my ponytail and it did go flying across the room like the Ice Age squirrel. I can't say squirrel. Squirrel. I just feel like a dog. Squirrel. But from this event, I realised that I don't need wigs, and I was only really wearing the wigs to cover up my alopecia rather than wearing wigs to enjoy a different style or enjoy the length of it or enjoy the different outfits you can wear with different hair pieces and different colours. I was genuinely wearing my wig to cover up my alopecia, and this is why I also stressed more when I was wearing wigs, because I didn't want it to fall off than people to see my alopecia. It was the realisation that I don't need to wear wigs when I'm dancing, because as much as it was traumatising watching the wig fly across the room, at the same time when I stood up, my head felt so light and there was no weight on my shoulders. That's how I should be feeling every day. And from that, after my exam, that was the last time I wore my wig while dancing. Anyway, thank you for listening to my nightmare story. Make sure you like and subscribe. Also, comment down below on your nightmare embarrassing stories, because we've all got them. It's not just me. And I'd love to hear them as well, so I'm not on my own. So yeah, and I'll see you next time. Bye.